Welcome back, guys. This is solving inequalities in real life. Student handout 5. Pretty exciting stuff. Nothing new today. We're just merging a lot of our knowledge together. So, reading number 1, it says, Missy is saving to attend a week at summer camp. She needs $250 to register. Her parents will contribute $75. She needs to raise the rest of the money babysitting for $12 per hour. What is the minimum number of hours she must babysit in order to attend camp? Okay, so last unit there was 3 key words I told you to look for in word problems. What were those words? Per, each, of. Okay, do you see that word being used somewhere here? Per hour. A lot of you missed this last test. The number closest to that, or in the same sentence, gets multiplied times a variable. So what number is close to the per? 12. So I know there's going to be a 12x somewhere in my problem. Well, I see another key word that we just learned last student handout. There was a chart we made of a bunch of key words. What word do you see there? Minimum. So she wants to earn at, we want to see the minimum number of hours she can work to get her money. Does she care if she ever goes over the amount of money? Earns more? Does anybody ever really care if we earn more money?
Nope.
No. I pretty much don't care if I earn more money. How much? What's a grand total she needs to earn? $250. Okay. She doesn't really care if she earns more than that. So that means she can be greater than. Can she earn exactly that? So it can have an equal to sign. Then it said something else about her parents contributing money. Is that adding to the amount of money she has or subtracting from the amount of money she has? It's being added. So parents are adding $75 to what she makes. There is my inequality. What would be the first step in solving this? Subtract 75 from both sides. I get 12x greater than or equal to 175? Write your name down. Then what do I need to do? Divide by 12. Do I flip the inequality sign? No. Stays the same. I got to come over here and do a little math. 12 goes into 17 one time. Subtract, I get 5, bring down a 5. 12 into 55 goes 4 times. Gives me 48. 7 left over. 12 can't go into that, so I do a decimal, I add a 0. 6 times? 5? 5. 5 gives me 60. I'm going to stop there because it says, what is the minimum number of hours she must work? Well, if I have a decimal point, if I've got to work a fraction of an hour, I can't work a fraction of an hour. They're making me work whole hours. So if I just worked 14 hours, am I going to earn enough money to go on my trip? So how many hours do I at least need to work? 15. Can I work more than 15?
Yeah.
Yes. So she must is she babysitting? Yeah, she's babysitting for 15 or more hours. So I didn't have to continue on with this decimal. I just had to use some common sense to see if I would round it up or down. Do what?
could be a lot of
A lot of kids? Welcome to my life. And I don't get paid that. $12 an hour? Probably not.
You get paid that much.
All right, moving to question 2. It reads, the youth soccer team is fundraising by washing cars. They paid $84.55 for supplies. If they charge $8 per wash, how many cars must be washed to profit at least $300? Okay, what's some key words you see? Per. What number is next to per? 8. So I know there's an 8x in my problem somewhere. Any other key words? At least. They want to earn at least how much? $300. Do you think they're going to care if they make more than $300?
No.
So they're okay with if they make greater than $300. Can they make exactly $300?
Yes.
I think they'll manage. All right, and one other thing happened. They said they had to pay for some supplies. Well, if they're looking at how much they earned, is the supplies going to be subtracted from their amount or added to their amount? Subtracted. So they're going to have to subtract off the cost of the supplies. So there is my inequality. What would be the first step in solving this?
Add $84.
Add $84.55. I'm left with 8x greater than or equal to 384.55. Then I would need to do what?
You have to divide by 8.
Divide by 8. Do I flip the inequality? No. So it's still greater than or equal to. I'm going to come over here and do a little math magic. 8 goes into 38 4 times. That gives me 36. Oh, yes, 2. Thank you. And it's 6 left over. That's where those 6 was coming from. Bring down my 4. 8 into 64, how many times?
8.
8 times. Gives me exactly 64. Nothing left over. Put a decimal. Bring down my 5. Can 8 go into 5? No. Put a 0. Bring down my 5. 8 into 55. 4. No. 5. What? No.
6.
Yes, 6. Thank you. That gives me 48. Okay, I'm going to kind of stop there because I really don't need the decimals because it says how many cars must be washed. Do you think someone would appreciate a decimal of their car being washed? Are they going to pay for that? They're going to pay for their whole car to be washed, right? So if I just washed 48 cars, am I going to have enough money?
No.
I have to wash a little bit more. Well, the people aren't going to let me just wash their windshield and be done with it. They want me to wash their whole car. So how many cars at minimum can I wash? 49. Or I could wash more than 49 and have enough made, profit made. Okay, let's look at number 3. It says Joanne has a bank account with $350 in it. Every week she withdraws $12.50 to attend the movies. What is the maximum number of weeks that Joanne can withdraw the money without allowing her bank account to drop below $210? What does withdrawal mean?
Take
Take out money. Okay, so I'm going to wait a little bit. I want you to write what inequality you think this would represent, and then we'll check it. All right, I need to try and figure out what number would be happening over and over again in this situation. I saw some people had an X attached to 350. She ever going to have 350 in her account over and over again?
No.
Nope. 1250, is that happening frequently?
Yes.
It's happening every week, it says, doesn't it?
Yes.
So that's the clue words there, every week telling me, hey, this is happening over and over again. So I'm going to have 1250x happening over and over again. But what did withdrawal mean? Taking out money. So I'm going to be subtracting 1250x from something every week. And I need the amount of money to be what did it say? Keyword was a maximum. Couldn't drop below 210. So this number on this side cannot be greater than 210. That means it has to be a less than symbol. All right, well, what is she going to be subtracting from each week? 350 was her original amount. So there is my inequality. Some people I have seen write this inequality. Would this be correct?
Yes.
Is 350 positive here? Is it positive here? 1250 is negative here. Is it negative here? Same symbols, same answer. This is the same problem. Doesn't matter as long as the signs in front follow it. So to solve this, I would have to subtract 350. I get negative 1250x less than or equal to negative 140. Then what do I do? Divide by negative 1250. I'm dividing by a negative, so what happens? What? Oh, got to flip the sign. Divided by a negative. What is a negative divided by a negative? Positive. And I need to calculate this. What I like to do with decimals is I like to ignore the decimal places. Well, how many decimal places did I ignore just now? 2. That means I'm going to add 2 decimal places, 2 more spots to this number. So how many times can it go into 1,400? 1 time. Gives me 150 left. Bring down a 0. How many times can it go into 1,500? No, it shouldn't. I borrowed. How many times can 1250 go into 1,500? 1. I have 250 left over. Do I really care what the decimal is? No. I know it's 11 point something. I need to know what is the maximum number of weeks Joanne can withdraw that money. Well, if I rounded it up to 12, would she still have 210 in her bank? No. So I needed to round down to 11. Would she have 210 in her bank? So she can only withdraw for 11 weeks or fewer for her not to drop below $210. Okay, number 4 reads, a jet ski rental charges a flat rate of $75 plus an additional $60 per hour. You do not want to spend more than $200. How many hours can you rent the jet ski and still be under budget? All right, so take a minute, try and write your inequality, and we'll check it. Okay, what's some key words that you saw? Per. And what number was by the per? So I know a 60x is involved in my problem. What's something else that triggered to you?
Plus 75.
They even said plus 75, so I would write plus 75. You do not want to spend more than $200. A lot of people saw this more than and was like, oh, that's going to be a greater than sign. Is it going to be a greater than sign? They said you do not want to spend more than. So that's like saying no more than $200. So I know $200 is my big amount. Can I spend more than $200 if I don't have it? No, 200 has to be my bigger number. Can I spend exactly $200? Yes. So I can have an equal to sign. So there's my inequality. What would I need to do to solve this? Subtract 75 on both sides. Get 60x less than or equal to 125. Then divide by 60. Do I flip the sign? No. Okay. Well, I know it can go in there 2 point something, huh? 2 point something. I don't need to know the something. Let's say it was a 3. How many hours can you rent the jet ski and still be under budget? Can I round up to a 3 and still pay for it?
No.
I would not have enough money. So I would have to round down to a 2. I could only ride it for 2 hours or 1 hour and still be under budget. Because what happens if I come into the dock 10 minutes after 2 hour mark? They're charging me for 3 hours. I might as well turn around and go ride for some more until my 3 hour mark is up. I can only ride for a maximum of 2 hours. You can rent the jet ski up to 2 hours. Thank you for listening and hope you make good grades.